Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9 say, "For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is a gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast." If I were to give this a title, I'd say The Price of Free, or We Were Saved to Serve. In the book of Romans, chapter 15, and this is the Message translation, it reads, "Those of us who are strong and able in the faith need to step in and lead a hand to those who are faltering, and not just do what is most convenient for us. Strength is for service, not status. Each of us needs to look after the good of the people around us, asking ourselves, how can I help?" Verse 7 says, "Therefore, continue to accept and welcome one another, just as Christ has accepted and welcomed us to the glory of our great God." Yes, salvation is a free gift. We must remember God doesn't need anything from us. He is God all by himself. However, he does command that we love our neighbors. How do we love? By being of service to one another. Didn't he say, "As you do unto the least of them, you do unto me"? He asks us to be of service to others by being servant leaders and servants. Look to just a few of the examples that he left us. In John 21, it says, "Feed my sheep." His words on the cross to his mother and his brother. And again in Matthew chapter 14 at verse 13, when despite his tiredness, he instructed his disciples to feed that crowd rather than just send them away. What is a servant? Well, we could look at the online dictionary, but we could also look to Jesus, who was the ultimate servant leader. He showed us what a servant should look like. What is your godly gift? Not just what are your talents, but what are you called to do for the kingdom of God? So what does servant kingdom leadership look like? It's different for each of us. And more importantly, it's different today than it was 100, 50, 20, or even 5 years ago. No matter what your special talent or what you're anointed to do, we are called to show the love of Christ. We can disagree with one another, but we must disagree and still love. Somehow in this world, or more specifically the enemy himself, has tricked us into thinking that we no longer have to love one another just because we disagree, just because we don't look the same or believe the same. But my Bible reads that we must love one another, we must love our neighbors as Christ has loved us. So remember, yes, salvation is a free gift, but there is a price attached to free, and it's kingdom service. The price of the free gift is love, not selective love, just love. Love like he first loved us, because love is an action word. You were saved to serve. You were saved to love.